going on, guys? Big Troy backstage Mayhem, Rockstar Energy Drink Mayhem Festival 2013. Nick Schendzielos.
Bam!
Job for a Cowboy. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. You nailed the pronunciation on that one.
Hey, I'm getting good at this. So your third full-length album just came out. Demonocracy.
Demonocracy.
Came out last year around April, wasn't it?
That is correct.
Now, you are a new addition to the band since the Gloom EP,
Right.
which came out right before that, you and Tony.
That's correct.
How did you guys joining the band, did it change the overall dynamic of Job for a Cowboy?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if you listen to the difference between like Ruination and Gloom and Demonocracy, you can, I think that right off the bat you would notice a difference in the guitar leads, the type of riffs, and the bass playing. Overall, stylistically, probably a little more different too. Maybe a little bit more of a focus on technicality and on melodicism. A little less focus on, or a little less use of space. Like, obviously, like when you start out with the Doom EP, it's got a lot of space on it. It's a deathcore style, where you get breakdown, build, breakdown, lots of space, lots of empty space, and then slowly filled that space in with all the different lineups to where we're at now. So, I think everybody's pretty happy with it, and we're pretty excited about the next one too. What we're gonna do, because now we're like, okay, cool. Everybody knows, got us some
that
super shredding. We can get that stuff out there, and now I think this next one we can kind of like, maybe.
You've had the EP and the full length to kind of gel together as a unit, really.
Exactly, yeah, and put it out there and have people say, oh, look, these guys can shred or whatever, and they really can play. So then now it'll kind of be like, more, maybe be able to get a little bit more stylistic with it, and I'm hoping to get a little bit more moody, a little bit more dynamic. That
you
type
came
of stuff.
from Cephalic Carnage.
Right, mm-hmm.
So what's the difference for you from Cephalic Carnage to Job for a Cowboy?
It's quite a bit different, actually. There may be some similarities here and there, over the fact that it's like, technical, death metal, growling vocals, blast beats, that kind of stuff. But Cephalic's quite a bit more diverse genre. It's a little harder to stick a genre on Cephalic.
Much more technical, actually.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have you could play a stone, a Black Sabbath style riffs, stoner riffs, and then we'll have grind, 30, 40-second grind songs, and then we'll have 15-minute long,
Opuses.
Almost like kind of Tool sounding stuff, or they could be kind of pizza party riffs, or creator style songs. I mean, kind of whatever. With Cephalic, you can kind of bring in whatever. Our Job kind of has a more of a defined style, and I guess Cephalic is like the anti-style. You know what I mean?
Now, what was your biggest influence as a musician growing up and as a bassist? Who was your, idol that really made you want to pick up a 4-string and just start hammering?
Sure. I always grew up on guys like Flea and Les Claypool, Cliff Burton.
Much more of the jazz fusion style.
Exactly, and those were the initial guys, and then Ryan Martini. This bassist, he played for a band called Mudvayne,
yep.
And his tone and his playing style and the focus of the bass in the music almost kind of put the guitar in the role of the bass and the bass in the role of the guitar, and that was like, this can be really cool. You can be, have a melodic voice in a metal context, and so then. After going down that road, then got into Jaco, the super greats of the bass, like Jaco Pastorius, and then my probably all-time favorite influence, Victor Wooten. So those are kind of some. There's Michael Manring, there's Marcus Miller, there's phenomenal bass players that just.
When you go through guys like, if you go on other aspects of metal, Steve Harris,
Billy Sheehan, John Patitucci,
yep.
Stu Ham.
And you can pull from a diverse.
Robert Trujillo.
Yeah,
Trujillo's a phenomenal player.
Yeah,
super
he's another
too.
one that he's that Cliff Burton aspect of Metallica, that jazz fusion. He's what brought that sound back to him.
Oh yeah.
Nothing against Jason Newsted. But
no, yeah, Newsted was tight. Loved. Some of the greatest bass lines. And he wrote, and he really got. There's literally a term. It's kind of like when you get Munsoned.
Yeah.
Remember from.
Yep.
Kingpin.
Yep.
And then
you get Newsteaded.
Whenever you get Newsteaded on a record, they're like, where the hell is a bass fader? Turn that shit up. Yeah. I actually listened to some. You ever checked out the And Justice for Jason?
No, I haven't checked it out.
Yeah, Google. It's on YouTube or whatever. You can download it. It's called And Justice for Jason. And somebody had basically went. I don't think they get the actual tracks and do it again. But somebody I think just re-recorded the bass and put it in a proper mix. And
right.
It's a totally different record.
Huh.
Yeah, in a good way. My professional opinion as a bassist.
Well, you guys, you said you've already started working on album 4.
Right.
How are you guys approaching that with the lyrics and the inspiration behind it?
It's going to be cool. This one's going to be different, actually, because everything's been extremely like politically or world event based with Johnny. And this one's actually going to probably go a little personal. I mean, we have a concept in mind. It's going to be kind of like almost like, you know, without giving too much away, it's going to be kind of like a Syd Barrett, Pink Floyd
right
thing.
Down the Wall.
Kind of like a thing like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, totally.
Looking forward to checking that one out.
Yeah,
now.
yeah. It's going to be way different than probably any of the other Job stuff. I mean, you know, still, you know, you should be able to still put it on and recognize it as Job for a Cowboy, but hopefully not. You know, hopefully you'll be able to put it on and be like, what the hell is this? And then you'll be like, oh, wait, is that Job for a Cowboy? You know what I mean? Like, you grab it after a second, but I think it'd be cool to have something, you know, just, you know, very dynamic and really be able to open way up, you know what I mean? We're, you know, very unafraid of criticism, you know, as far as change goes, and, you know, I think that that's important as an artist, and you want to be able to express yourself however the hell you want to express yourself without fear of
that's what
somebody.
music's about, right?
That's the concept of it, you know what I mean? And you want to, you know, obviously you want your fans to be happy, but you want your fans to be happy with what you produce based off the sole fact that you want to produce it because it's the art that you want to express, not because you're like, yo, our fans told us that they want Doom 4 or Doom 5 or Doom 6 or Doom 7 or how many times they want us to rewrite that record or rewrite that EP. You know, it's not where we're at, you know what I mean? Try to give nods to your previous self. Always remember your roots, where you come from and stuff, but if you're not growing, you're dying, you know?
Have you got a possible name for this new album yet, or possible release yet? Or are you still toying around?
We're thinking, we're trying to do April. We're trying to be in that 2-year cycle thing, because April's a great release time. It sets you up great for, you know, a lot of festivals over in Europe and stuff. A lot of the way tours are set up, you know, like they have their times they want your record to come out.
Right.
Which is crazy that they have control over that, but, you know, I mean, it's part of the system that's set up. You know what I mean?
Now,
so we want to try to fit in with that.
Who's in your CD player right now?
What's a CD player?
All right, who's on your iPod?
All right. I have been listening to a lot of stuff. On tour, I generally, you know, don't listen to anything, you know, too heavy. I get 12 hours of it. You know what I mean? So I'll listen to stuff like Cinematic Orchestra, 07, Phil Collins, Old Genesis. Mars,
prog fan.
Mars Volta. Yeah, I'm pretty proggy, you know. I like, you know, the concept of fusion in itself is just awesome to me. Just like, I think that there's two types of music, good and bad. You know what I mean? So, and a mixture of all that in between there, you know.
Well, if you haven't checked it out now, Demonocracy in stores now. Pick it up. You want it. You need it.
Gotta have it.
And be on the lookout in April for new stuff.
Thank you,
Job
guys.
for a Cowboy. Check it out. Nick, thanks a lot, man.
Hey, thank you, man. Appreciate it. Right on.